Come thou fount of every blessing, tune my heart to sing thy grace. Streams of mercy never ceasing, call for songs of loudest praise. Teach me some melodious sonnet sung by flaming tongues above. Praise the mount I'm fixed upon it, mount of God's unchanging love. I am a sinner, my name is Reid. A Savior is what I need. I make mistakes into things that are bad. I hurt others and it made them sad. Jesus died on the cross for me, but he did not stay on that tree. He rose again from the grave. All the world he came to save. This is why I believe Jesus died for me. I will live eternally. This is what I believe. I am faithfully and wonderfully made. To God I will always pray, and neither death or the angels above will separate me from His love. With the Father, Spirit, and Son, baptized into God's family as one. He rose again from you, raised again for the world. Oh, this is why I believe and Jesus died for me. I will live eternally. This is what I believe. I am alive in Christ. 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 This is why I believe Jesus died for me. I will live eternally. This is what I believe. This is what I believe. This is what I believe. when I rise in the morning, when I rise, give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. You gave all this world. Give me Jesus. Oh, when I come to die. Oh, when I come to die. Oh, when I come to die. Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. You gave all this world. Give me Jesus. Oh, and when I am alone. Oh, and when I am alone. Oh, and when I am alone, give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. You gave all this world. Give me Jesus. You gave all this world. You gave all this world. You gave all this world. Give me Jesus. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that it saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Wonderfully Made Disability Conference. We are so glad that you've joined us this week. My name is Elizabeth Barnett. I am the Church Relations Director for SOAR Special Needs and the Wonderfully Made Conference Director. It has been my great pleasure to have you with us this week. First, I want to thank Reid Moriarty for that incredible worship this morning. It was so beautiful to be able to hear his voice, and I hope that you were inspired through the songs that he sang. This morning, it is my great pleasure to be able to introduce to you our keynote speaker, Dr. Stephen Hunsley, affectionately known as Doc. Doc is the founder and executive director of SOAR Special Needs, a nonprofit that is assisting over 1,000 families through respite and summer day camps. SOAR has also been able to assist over 400 churches, both locally, nationally, and globally, and host the Wonderfully Made Disability Conference. Doc is a former pediatrician. His wife Kay is still practicing, and the two of them have 3 children, Luke, Mark, and Sarah. Mark was diagnosed with Dravet syndrome and autism at a very young age and has given Doc the inspiration to found SOAR after he went to live in heaven at the age of 5.5. This morning, Doc is joined by 3 families. The first is Tom and Julie Meekins, as well as their daughter Amy. You'll meet TJ and Sarah Klein, as well as Tony and Jake Durazio. Each of these families have been affected by different disabilities, but you'll see how these parents have empowered their kids to find what they're passionate about and go after that, no matter what their ability level is, and also show them how to become self-advocates. I hope that you're inspired by this talk and that you'll come away seeing the great ability that every single person was made of. With this, I hope that you join me in welcoming Dr. Stephen Hunsley.
Hi, I'm Doc Hunsley. I'm the Executive Director and Founder of SOAR Special Needs, and I'm so excited that you are joining us for today's keynote address. Today is a very special and unique keynote for me. You see, I'm going to step aside and I'm not going to be the star of today's keynote. Instead, I am welcoming 3 amazing families with children with disabilities. And we are going to be talking on advocacy and how you as a parent can become an advocate for your child and help your child become a self-advocate. And then we're going to talk as well to 3 participants who have disabilities and discuss with them how they have become self-advocates. So this is going to be an amazing time. I'm so excited to be able to share with you. So first, without further ado, let's welcome our very first family with us, and that will be the Meekins. All right, everyone. Well, it's my honor to introduce the Meekins family to you. So we got Tom and Julie and their daughter Amy. So let me just first hand off to Tom and Julie and let you guys introduce yourselves. Tell us a bit about your family and what all you do.
Okay, so do you want to start?
Okay, well, we're Tom, Julie Meekins, our daughter Amy, and we've been in the special needs world for 26 years. Amy is 26 years old, believe it or not. She likes to say that she looks younger than she really is. But yes, she is a mature 26-year-old.
So we are very excited because Amy's life really changed our lives, of course, as is often the case. And she propelled us all into a ministry called Champions for Parents. And that's what we all spend our time doing, the 3 of us together. We are the directors, and Amy is the one who directs us. So yeah, that's us in a nutshell.
Awesome. And Amy, you want to say hi and tell us a little bit about you?
I'm Amy, and I'm 26, and sometimes I do feel younger. And I just love to be creative, and I'm just like to act and just be who God made me to be, or something.
I love that. You definitely are who God made you to be. And on top of that, let's let everyone know Amy is also an author. And I think you've got your book there. Why don't you hold that up and let everyone know about your book, and you all tell us about Amy's book and what it's about and how people can get that.
Yeah, so it all started when I became friends and heard somebody that had a journal that wrote letters to God, and just made me wanna it just inspired me to write my own journal. And then the next year I showed my mom and dad, and they were like, we gotta turn this into a book. And so we had Heart Recharge, and it is awesome that Dot is one of the people that endorsed this book.
Yes, thank you, Doc, for endorsing her book.
Yeah, absolutely. It was my honor to endorse that. So, and then, so for people that don't know, Amy has charge syndrome. So I love the play on words there. Heart recharged with that.
Yeah,
So that's where that title comes from. But it's a marvelous book. Just some of Amy's thoughts, and just like she said, her letters and her prayers to God, and great devotional that you could do. So check it out. Heart Recharge by Amy Meekins, Meekins. So make sure you check that out. So let's dive into a couple of questions I've got for you guys. My first question I'm going to throw out to Mom and Dad, Tom and Julie. What did you do to empower Amy to become a self-advocate?
Right. Well, Amy's diagnosis is charge syndrome, and her prognosis was blind, deaf, intellectually challenged. She wouldn't walk or talk or eat by mouth. It was a pretty bleak beginning to her life. And as a family, we focus hard on what Amy can do every step of the way, what she can do and what she's interested in. And we've done that through each stage of her life. And the exciting thing also is that she has 3 older siblings. And so she always looked to them and wanted to keep up with them. And so her development, though it was very slow, she started walking when she was 4 and started talking when she was about 4 also. But she wanted to keep up with her older siblings. They were close in age. They still are. And so her development happened in connection with her siblings growing up too.
We called it amoeba parenting because they were so close in age, and that made it wonderful. You know, when she was born, we were like, oh my goodness, how are we going to love Amy and love all the rest of them as well? But it turned out to be the best plan for her and her development, because she's always been determined, and she was determined she was going to keep up with those siblings. So that was a good thing. And then when she said she wanted to write a book, and Tom was talking about how we've always kept up with her interests as well as her siblings, but when she said she wanted to write a book because she was more excited than anything about book signings, that's why she wanted to write a book, so that she could do book signings. And she thought that was a really cool thing to do.
In order to do a book signing, you have to have a book, right?
So, but, you know, as soon as she said, she shared those prayers with us, with me, at first, I was like, this is amazingly profound. And it's definitely going to be, I think, a blessing for other people. And that's when I asked her, could you share this? Do you think this would be okay? Is it too personal, or would it be okay to share it with others? And so we wanted to do everything that we could to help her realize her dream. Yeah.
That is awesome. Love it.
And so the way that she developed, we looked everywhere for the best support that she could have, so she could reach her highest potential. We sought out OT, PT, audiology, medical. You know, it's just like every family does to get your child growing and going. And so as she grew, we even spent a lot of time with a neurodevelopmental plan, and Julie became a neurodevelopmentalist. Try to say that 3 times, and to help other parents do the same for their children too.
That's awesome. And isn't what this is all about? Just, you know, our kids don't come with manuals to know how to take care of them or how to care for them, but we become their advocate by loving them and trial and error. And it's exactly what you're doing. You're doing what you feel is best for her and helping Amy to be the very best she can be. And just allowing her to do that and setting her up to win and focus on what she can do. And I absolutely love that. You're focusing on what she's able to do. So Amy, let me come to you now. Love you. What are you passionate about?
My passion is to have everything that life can give me. I want to explore new adventures because God has given me more than anyone can ever imagine or have expected. I have passion for life. I can make videos. I have a YouTube channel and Instagram if you want to follow me on Amy C videos on YouTube. And my Instagram is amystory.roy.
Awesome.
And I like to cook. My favorite is to make mac and cheese. And I do chores like dishes, laundry, and cleaning. I like to walk. I walk about 10,000 steps a day on average.
Wow.
I eat my mouth after 20 years of tube feeding. So about 6 years I've had, I was able to eat by mouth, get all my nutrition by mouth. I participate in women's Bible study. I read, I write. I help mom with electronics, and I love to do research, and I act with drama teams for my church.
That is amazing. You do a ton of things. And I bet you make a pretty mean mac and cheese. Is it pretty yummy?
Awesome.
Oh, awesome. I love that. Well, I love hearing your passion, and your passion comes through in your voice. And I love how you do that. And, you took your passion for God and wrote that book, which I absolutely love. So, my next question for you is, how have your parents helped you grow your passion and become a self-advocate?
My parents give me encouragement and tell me to never give up, to keep playing, and to trust in the Lord. And when I wanted to write a book, they worked with me for hours around the dining room table. And that's it.
That's awesome. So I love that. So, moms and dads are out there. Again, here's a great example where we're just pouring in and finding the abilities in our kids and helping them do that really helps them to be able to succeed and become that advocate with that, and being able to dream. And the one thing I want to encourage every parent out there, and actually anyone, let me rephrase that. I want to encourage anyone who is out there, whenever you see one of our friends like Amy, who's got a disability, and I know Amy's older now, but let's say if they're a child, or even ask them, hey, what do you want to do when you get older? Ask them what their dreams are, because they all have dreams. And that's one thing we can do is help encourage them by asking their dreams, because it's rare that someone will actually ask you your dream, and we can come along and help support that. So, my last question for you guys, and I so appreciate you all taking time with us. First, I'm going to go to mom and dad here. What do you wish people saw when they see you and when they see Amy?
Well, a very, very important part is I like to see, or I like people to see that she loves the Lord, that she loves Jesus,
Yeah.
and that her life is lived for the Lord.
And we like to see also, we like people to see when they look at her that she's quite capable. So, our dream has always been to have people know what she can do and to help her know what she can do. We want people to see that capability that she has. We want people to see that she's someone who eagerly wants to belong.
Mm-hmm.
And we want others to see that she has so much to offer.
Right. Yes, she has plenty of dreams, and I tell her, don't give up on your dreams. We just wait and give them to the Lord.
That's right. That's right. I love that. Absolutely. So, Amy, let me ask you that same question. What do you wish people would see when they see you?
Someone who is a child of God and who is a believer and follower of Jesus, and I want people to know that I'm an adult, even though I sometimes don't feel like an adult, but I am. Someone to have fun with, someone who and it hurts them, someone who is smart and loves to think, someone who is creative and wants others to join her and be creative, and someone to walk with.
Oh, that is awesome. And I could not say it any better. And there's no question, especially if anyone reads your book, Amy, there's no question you are a child of God. And you make Jesus Christ your personal Lord and Savior, and you live for him. And I just want to thank all of you for taking time and being with us today and sharing your story with everyone. I hope it's an encouragement to other parents to be able to empower their kids, to be able to do whatever they dream about. And I hope individuals with disabilities out there, you can be like Amy, to have a dream and go for it and shoot for it, and you'll be able to achieve that. So thank you so much, Meekins, for joining us today. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Doc.
Absolutely.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having us.
You bet. Hey, everyone. Well, I'm so glad to have you all with us. We've got our second family with us, some dear friends of mine. It's my honor to introduce Tony DeRazio and his son, Jake, with Jacob's Ladder, Special Needs Fitness. And we're going to hear all kinds of amazing things here on how they are self-advocates and how Tony has been encouraging Jake. So with that, let me hand off to Tony and Jake. Why don't you introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about Jacob's Ladder as well as your book.
Sure, I'll start. Is that okay, Jake? All right, my name is Tony DeRazio. I'm Jake's dad, and me and him and his older brother are the founders of Jacob's Ladder Special Needs Fitness. We started about 11 years ago, and what happened was I recognized that Jake liked sports and he liked being fit. He started watching Rocky movies when he was real young, and that sort of kept growing and growing. So as he got more fit, I decided that we should be serving others in the special needs community and help them get fit too. And so that's what we've been doing for several years. And Jake is a certified fitness instructor as well as I am. And we both taken the autism fitness course. So we're trying to serve others in the spirit of Matthew 25:40. Whatsoever you do to the least of my brothers, you do unto me. And recently I wrote, and we are now published a book. I don't know if you can see that good,
Yep.
But it's called Downright Joy. And if you notice, the person on the cover is familiar to you. He's right there. That's Jake.
Live and in person.
Live and in person. And so it's stories about challenges, but also about the deep joy that we've experienced raising this wonderful son. And it's short stories so guys can understand them. Some of them are funny. Some of them, of course, have to do with girls. And so what we're trying to do is encourage the younger population of parents with children with special needs and say, hey, look, come on, let's get on board with us. It's not it's a good thing. It's a beautiful thing. And Jake has a spirituality about him. I'll let him talk about that. And so that's kind of my introduction. Is that
Awesome.
good?
That's good. Jake, tell us about you, man.
All right, I'm Jake DeRazio, and I'm a fitness instructor as well. I lead the exercise class on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then there's some things that I'm
I think he just wants an introduction first, right, Doc?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because you're going to get to talk about the other
Okay.
stuff. So yeah. So
I'll ask you the other
yeah.
questions in a little minute.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you're Jake DeRazio, fitness instructor, and he's a bum. No.
No.
No, we love you, man. He's awesome. And he,
Who's your favorite movies?
Probably Rambo, Rocky,
Yeah.
Rocky.
and probably some comedy movies, drama,
Comedy movies.
Comedy.
Nice.
like Airplane.
And I know that this guy is strong as an ox. I've seen him work out, do push-ups, do sit-ups. He's a beast, and he'll go around circles with people. But look, I've got some questions for you guys as well, that same that I've been asking all our other families here, but I'm going to start with you first, Tony.
Sure.
What did you do to empower Jake to become a self-advocate?
Well, I think we tried to do early on is just love him. I mean, we just loved him, and we tried to and especially accept him. And the other thing was to have expectations of him, and to show him enough respect to say, heck yes, you can do this, son. And then as he started to grow in his interest, like in the fitness area, we encouraged him. We let him take courses. We bought some fitness equipment. We bought a heavy bag and speed bag, and he kind of went to town on that. And so we loved him. We encouraged him. We tried to have expectations. I want to say, Doc, we're not experts. I mean, we haven't done everything right. There's tons and tons of really good parents out there that are raising good self-advocates. But so that's, and our thing is love him, encourage him, have expectations, have him, like, I swear he's the only kid. Now he's a man. He's the only guy on our cul-de-sac of about 18 houses that consistently mows the lawn. I mean, the other, there's a bunch of kids in his age group growing up, they didn't mow the lawn, and Jake did. And so he has chores, and he's expected to with me. We help other individuals with special needs in the fitness area, and he does a wonderful job of that.
Yeah, I love that. So what I'm hearing, you saw a dream that he had, you saw things that he became passionate about, and you helped him reach those dreams with it.
Yeah, kind of like that. Like,
Yeah,
we
absolutely love it.
Ran with it.
Yeah, I love that, and love that encouragement there. So parents watching, it really is as simple as that. Just empowering your kids to do what they're dreaming about. So Jake, let me turn to you, brother.
All right.
What are you passionate about, and how do you show that?
Well, I show that into fitness and staying healthy, and work out a lot sometimes, and for my faith in Christ the Lord.
Yeah, I love that. And you definitely do. I've seen it firsthand with your passion for working out. And I've also seen firsthand your love for Jesus. So I love that in you. And how did you get that passion for working out? Was it from watching Rambo and watching Rocky?
Well, mostly that, but mostly I watched some YouTube fitness. I'm not gonna mess in it, but Z80 Fit is my cousin Slim Knockman has connections with a YouTuber named Josh Bruckner, and my cousin let me do a FaceTime call with them, and he has other stuff planned, so he does that besides but you started on Rocky in the basement, didn't you? Started watching cool. Rocky movies.
That's cool. So you've always liked the fitness and that. So my next question for you, Jake, then is, how was your dad and your mom, how have they helped you grow your passion and become a self-advocate and teaching other kids now with disabilities how to do fitness? How did they help you do that?
Well, they help me make the best breakfast, as always, and sometimes I'll make my bed, but without being reminded to do it, and do it on my own, and just doing stuff in life, and staying healthy, and
show those guns again.
Yeah.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Got the guns out. The gun show.
And I'll just say something, Doc, about it. This is like, to me, is like a gift or just an awareness that he has. We work out with people with all kinds of different abilities. He just seems to know, like if we're ball tossing with a weighted ball, that the other person is not that higher in functioning, and I don't have to tell him. He just kind of knows that, and I really think that's a cool gift to have. He just kind of goes and he tosses it soft, or he helps them out, and he's we do large groups of exercise, and he has a lot of patience, and he works with the kids. So I just think that, to me, is a great example for me, that he has that, and I'm just so proud of him for that, and he has that awareness of trying to help others. And so that's something that I'm just really proud of him for. Absolutely. And I think that's just a gift.
Yeah, truly. And I can say, for us with SOAR Special Needs, we've partnered with you with Jacob's Ladder, and you've done fitness for us for our camps and our virtual camps. Yeah. And that, and even the ones, Jake, you've done stuff for us through that. It's been so cool. And so, you've actually now helped people literally all over the world. Some of the stuff has helped people in other countries even, and you may not even realize that. So you're an international star, brother. But you're doing these exercises to help everyone. That's so cool. So my last question is for both of you, but I'm going to start with your dad first. So Tony, what do you wish people saw when they see you and when they see Jake?
I just wish they saw a young man, a guy who's, doing his thing, and just saw a guy that they can talk to and appreciate, and that kind of thing, and use. I hope they see a good example of somebody who's fairly fit and trying to help other ones out, but basically a person, a really interesting and deep person, and a nice person, not bad looking either.
That's right. Jake, what do you wish people would see when they see you?
Well, I wish people can see me as a fitness instructor, and also helping other kids, like my girlfriend is helping others.
Yeah, that's perfect. And I'll let you know, I see you as an awesome fitness instructor, and I'm proud to call you a friend. And I want to thank both of you for taking time with us here today. This has been great. I love, Jake, how you are living your dream. You're doing what you're passionate about. You're working with others, and you're succeeding, and you're fighting for yourself, and you're fighting for others. And well done, Tony, for helping Jake in finding that dream and supporting him in that. Again, it's really that simple. It's encouraging our kids as they're growing up when they have dreams, and that's what I've been sharing here with this talk. All of our kids have dreams, and it's absolutely okay to dream. And disabilities do not mean our kids cannot dream. They still can dream, and we can help those dreams come into being. And so, Tony, thank you so much. Jake, thank you so much. Continue to dream, continue to be a fitness instructor, and continue to build up those guns, brother. And proud of you guys. So thank you so much for being with us today.
Hey, you're welcome. Thank you very much. Could I just add a couple things?
Absolutely.
What's your really dream to become what?
An EMT.
He wants to become an EMT.
EMT. That is awesome.
Yeah, and we're we're going to let him pursue that. The other thing I wanted to just show you, and you can obviously edit this out, but he just had his 21st birthday, and one of the guys that we train got him this. It's a Rocky red, white, and blue glove. It's with a flag on it, and it's a boxing glove. It's a pennant that he can wear around his neck. Now he's got a cross that he also got, so he let me wear the Rocky boxing glove for a while. So thank you, Doc.
Very cool. Well, guys, we love having you. So thanks so much for being a part of this.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.
All right, everyone. Well, it's again my pleasure. We've got our last family here. It is Sarah and TJ Klein. Wonderful, amazing family that I'm so excited for you to meet. So without further ado, let me hand off. Sarah, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and TJ to everyone?
Okay. Hi, I'm Sarah Klein, and this is my son, TJ Klein. My husband and I also have another son, Connor. He is 21, and he is in college right now. So TJ here, in 2012, was diagnosed with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And so ever since then, we have just really been embracing advocacy and just our journey and trying to make that just trying to advocate for ourselves and each other. I am a writer and a podcaster, and so I've used that platform several times. TJ, which he'll share here in a little bit, has used just his journey as well. He is a junior. He is 17 right now. He's a junior in high school, and he'll tell you a little bit more about himself in a minute.
Yeah, cool. Well, so glad to have both of you with us. With that, and let's just jump right into the questions we got, and it's same questions we've had for everyone else. And my first question, I'm going to go to you, Sarah. So what have you done to empower TJ to become a self-advocate and empower him with that?
For us, it was really crucial from the very beginning to explain to him, age appropriate. He was diagnosed when he was 7, so just age appropriate what his diagnosis meant, why that made him different. We wanted to make sure that he understood that he's different, we're all different, but how that is in a good way. So just to be honest with him, like I said, in an age appropriate way. And we would speak to his peers from the very first time he was diagnosed. That first year was 2nd grade. And we went and we had a coloring book and just explained to them, let the kids ask some questions, and we've really spoken to his peers every year since then, just to try to get them. Every year there might be a little bit more information, again, age appropriate, but we just made sure that we weren't quiet about it, that everybody had, whether or not it was the children or the parents, we would send letters home with the kids from the teachers. Just explaining and giving them our email address or our phone number, and if they had questions, just to make sure that they knew that they had the freedom to ask that question. And I think knowledge is power, and so that's where we came from the very beginning. Yeah. One of the things too is I have him answer as much as he can when we go to the doctors. So he does not like to talk to other people. He doesn't really want to sometimes, but it's been very important for him to answer as many questions, just not with doctors or therapists, but even as teachers, if we're in meetings, or just anybody, ministry, friends, just to have him answer as much as possible. And that just helps people understand that they don't have to talk about him. They can talk to him, that this is his journey. It's not mine. I'm just helping him facilitate it until he can take it on his own. And again, we just had him answer his own questions. And I think one of the hardest things as a mom that I did to help him become a self-advocate is I let him fail. And we said from the very beginning, who's your biggest advocate? You are. Yeah. And so if it wasn't dangerous, if it wasn't going to cause him physical, mental, or spiritual harm, if he didn't speak up, if he didn't talk to somebody about what he needed or what he wanted at that time, and his life was a little bit more uncomfortable, then we let that happen. And that helped him learn that he truly is the only one that can speak to his teachers. We're not there with him 24/7. So he needs to do that on his own.
I absolutely love that. Letting him fail. That's something I tell all my employees. I tell everyone. I think we as parents, we need to allow our kids to do that. And it's amazing how frequently and so, one thing, Sarah didn't say, she's also a ministry leader. So she's like many of you out there. She's doing both ministry and parenting at the same time. I was in the same boat. And it's amazing how so many times as parents, we will allow our neurotypical kids to fail, but we try to protect our kids with disabilities from failing because we think, oh, life's unfair for them or it's hard, and we try to guard them or protect them. but
Right.
actually it's just like you're saying, we're harming them. And the
Right.
best thing we can ever do is helping them become advocates and helping them fail in a protected way. I love how you said you're there in case he needs it, but you allow him to do that. And so parents, I hope you're hearing that and hearing her heart with it. And that can do so much for your child. So
And
yeah, go ahead.
I don't want to give too much. I don't want to give too much away because he's still sitting here. So maybe I should cover this up. But there were times, especially when he was younger, that I would speak to the teachers ahead of time and say, "This is what he needs," but I want him to ask for it. I want him to be the one to approach you, and this is what he should be saying. And if he doesn't, this is how I would like for you to handle. So sometimes those conversations can happen backstage a little bit, but teachers will want to help, ministry leaders will want to help your child grow. And so you can facilitate that. There's always a way around it.
Absolutely. Love it. All right, TJ, brother, you got a question for you. First one's kind of an easy one for you. What are you passionate about and how do you show that?
I'm passionate by Boy Scouts.
Boy Scouts, awesome.
I'm working on my ego right now, and my project will be a sensory board for a church sensory room finish. I ran for children's readings and kids to get stage back. I like helping others, and I respect nature.
I love that. So your Eagle Scout project is doing a sensory room for your special needs ministry at the church. How cool. That I think that's one of my favorite Eagle Scouts I've heard. So well done on that. That I can't wait to see pictures of that. So I'm going to ask you right now, when you're done with it, I want to see pictures. So make sure you send me some pictures. You do that for me?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, my next question for you is, how do your parents help you grow your passion and become a self-advocate?
Well, my dad never gave up on me on Boy Scouts. He goes camping with me every camp out. He even carries me when I was little. Dad and I teach disability merit badge to local scouts. First person language, we need to take wheelchairs and talk to them on a field trip. They have to figure out how to do things we don't have to worry about.
You can say it in your own words. So what if you miss that? It's important to do first person language.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What do you tell them? That you're not a Duchenne boy, you are
A normal person.
you're a normal person who has Duchenne, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the last part of what he was talking about was then him and his dad take a few wheelchairs, and the boys and the girls then in Scouts have to push each other, and we take them on a field trip. And so they have to navigate certain things that they might not. And it's eye-opening for them.
So they all learn what it's like for you, and level that playing field. I love that. I love that. And one of the things I love that you're sharing there, TJ, is just your heart for teaching others. And that's what this is all about. Mm-hmm. So many people don't understand. And when they don't understand, they become fearful of something. And there's nothing to be afraid of. You're an amazing guy. And I love having you on, and you're a truly amazing guy. And people need to know you, and they can't allow anything else from hindering that. That wheelchair isn't what defines you. What defines you is what is inside of you, and that huge heart of yours, and the amazing smile. Show off that smile again. Now that's $1 million smile. That'll win anybody's heart. And that's what we're talking about here with that. So that's super, super cool. And I love how you shared how your dad would carry you to some of these camping trips, went through some of the hikes where your wheelchair wouldn't make it. And so, parents, that's what we're talking about, helping our kids to reach their dreams and do the things they're passionate about, and not focusing on their disability, but focus on their ability. And when we can help them achieve their dreams, that's when our kids win. And that's when we as parents win as well. Mm-hmm. So Sarah, my last question I've got for both of you, I'm going to ask Mom first. Sarah, what do you wish people would see when they see you and TJ?
Just happy family. We're truly blessed. It's a difficult life, and there are hardships. But one of the things I want people to see is just how resilient he is, and even my oldest son, and that this journey that we've been on has created more empathy in my children than that they wouldn't have had otherwise. They're more in tune to other individuals, even other individuals with disabilities. They just understand more. They're passionate more. They care more. They're just more perceptive of that kind of thing. That he's extremely intelligent. That it comes in a different package. He might not make eye contact sometimes. He might not want to speak to people, but that doesn't mean that he's not able to understand. He's always spouting off facts, and I always have to Google it to make sure that it's true. But I just think that we would want people to see that yes, it's difficult, and we have hardships, and and I want people to know that as well. But with that, we make a concerted effort to find joy in life. And that's what I would want people to see.
Yeah. Love it. Love it. Well, TJ, let me ask you the same question. What do you wish people would see when they see you?
See me as a strong person, and not just a kid in a wheelchair, but a normal person.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I see you as this amazing person with a huge heart and just this brilliant young man. So I want to thank both of you for taking time with us today. Continue to dream and continue to set goals and shoot for those. Don't let things block you, and continue to teach others. I love, TJ, how you are educating your friends, your peers, that you're just like them. You just might get around a little bit differently than they do, but that doesn't change who you are. And that's not who you are. You are TJ, period. We don't even have to add that you have Duchenne's on it. You're TJ, period. And that's what this is all about. And, parents out there, I want to encourage you, just like Sarah did here, empower your kids to achieve and shoot for the moon. And again, like I've said earlier today, whenever you see an individual with a disability, no matter what their age is, stop, ask them, hey, what do you want to be when you get older? What are your dreams? I'm tired that people do not ask that question. And, TJ, I'll ask you, and you can tell all of our people watching, how many times have people outside your family ever asked you what you want to be when you get older?
Not that much.
Yeah, almost never, I bet. Well, that's not right. Everyone watching this, stop it. We got to include our friends with disabilities just like everyone else. Find out what they want to do when they get older and encourage them, allow them to dream. They can go to college, they can write books. You saw one of our earlier individuals, she's written a book. We can help our kids do whatever they dream of, and we need to empower them in that. And it's just one day at a time, one step at a time, but it's just by going with that. And all together, we can lock arms together to change the world. So Sarah and TJ, thank you so much for being here with us today. Continue to educate others. TJ, dude, I can't wait to see that sensory board you're going to make. And I'm excited for you to get that Eagle Scout. Well done and good job to you. So thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
You bet. All right. So as you can tell, advocacy is our requirement as a parent. And before we leave today, I want to just share one other video. And as you heard today, I asked every individual, what do you want people to see when they look at you? Well, here at SOAR, we actually created a video a few years back asking that very question of several of our individuals. And here is a video of what they saw. And it's my prayer that when you see an individual with this disability, you're not going to see the disability. We see past that, and we see who they are or what they can be. And so take just the next minute or two to watch this video.
I see.
I see.
Say, I see.
I see.
I see.
I see. I see a future college graduate.
I see. A published author and illustrator.
I see a goofball.
I see a princess.
I see princess.
I see a ladies man.
I see a superhero.
I see a basketball star. I see exactly what God intended.
I see. A child of God.
I see teens.
I see someone
I see someone
fearfully
wonderfully,
and wonderfully
wonderfully
made.
made.
I see a visitor.
I see a child of God.
I see Michael. What do you see?
What do you see?
What do you see? What do you see?
What do you see?
Oh. I see. What do you see?
Thank you again for being with us today. Go out. Let's change the world. Transform the world. Transform the families of these amazing families. And let's ask them and ask our friends, what do you want to be when you get older? Let's empower our kids to be the best that they can be. It all starts with us as the parent. Believe in your child, and they can move mountains. Have a great day. Come, soar with us.